later on. Perfect. All right, so let me start sharing my screen. All righty, hopefully you're able to see my screen. Okay, so welcome again, everyone, for this session on Discover Thailand with the Conyers Rockdale Chamber of Commerce. The departure date is set for September 15th of 2026. These are my contact details, so if you're someone like me who tends to come up with questions later on, you know where to find me, and we'll be more than happy to address any of that at a later stage as well. But the whole point about this session today is just to kind of give you an idea about the trip, and how you will be able to book this trip at an amazing price that we have set it up for. But before I do that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Indus Travels. I'm not going to take too long on this one, but just so you know, we are professionals. We have been doing this for about 25 years now. We started off in 2001. We have done hundreds and thousands of trips so far. We are an award-winning tour operating company with offices in North America, in US, and Canada. We have expert advice from knowledgeable staff. Like, for example, I have been in about 26 different countries in the last 12 years or so, I would say. And same is the case with a lot of my colleagues in Indus Travel. So you actually end up getting the benefit of that. Indus Travels is actually a privately owned independent business, which means quick decision making for you as a traveler. So let's say some of you wanted to, let's say, upgrade yourself to a business class or first class, you want to stay back a little bit longer, you have any requests and whatnot pertaining to the trip, you let us know and we will do our best to address that. And in most cases we are able to do that, so that helps. Excuse me. So if you've not been on group travel before, I mean, Conyers Rockdale has been doing an excellent job in coming up with all these amazing destinations every year for you to join in. Hopefully you have been on group trips before, but if you haven't, then this is a great way to travel and see the world. I mean, safety, coverage, and cost are the top three things that I feel makes group travel totally worth it. There's a lot more. If I really want to talk about it, it's going to take the whole session. I don't want to do that. But, I mean, imagine a country like Thailand, right? I mean, it's not a predominantly English-speaking country. Like, if you were to go there by yourself, I mean, you don't want to be worried about, navigating from point A to point B, and just figuring out what's the places to see and things like that. But when you are in a group from your community, when it's organized by your local chamber, you have that sense of safety, that really allows you to focus on just creating these amazing memories that you want to do once you have traveled this long of a distance, right? Even, like I said, figuring out where to see, where to go, things like that. We've already done that groundwork for you. So the coverage of these trips is just designed in a way that would really showcase all of the best of the best from the destination country that it has to offer. That you will realize as we go along on this presentation. And definitely there's a cost advantage to, great in numbers. I mean, there's strength in numbers. We use that to negotiate better prices, as you will realize, looking at the price that we have set it up for. But we've kind of also believe in focusing and supporting local economies. So we always hire local tour guides, but rest assured that these are all English-speaking tour guides. But, just a lot of these people are literally born and brought up in those destinations, and they have so much passion that they want to share with you when they are taking along on these tours and on these guided tours and whatnot. That is something that you do not see on any books or Google. You can't Google these things out. I mean, it's experience. It's the passion comes with you loving what you're doing and the destination and whatnot. So that really adds a bit of an experience when you are traveling in group, with us. Now, these trips are, I would say, semi-luxurious. You don't have to be Olympic level fit to be able to go and join these trips. These are fairly luxurious, I would say. I mean, as long as you're able to walk, an hour or two, you'll be fine, because we have included quite a few excursions where you have the city tours and all of that. So as long as you have walking shoes and you can walk around for a bit, you're fine. It's not very intense and physically demanding trip, so to speak. Now, assuming that you have not been to Thailand. I have been to Thailand about 5 or 6 times already. It is one of the those beautiful places to go to. Like the people there, that's the USP. Like seriously, it's called the land of smiles for a reason, right? I mean, the country is known for the warm and welcoming nature of its people, who are really great people with smiles. I mean, and you'll see that once you go there. They have so much diversity in their wildlife, for example. Did you know, by the way, orchids, flora and fauna of Thailand is also not to be joked about. I mean, Thailand is the world's leading exporter of orchids, if you're a fan of that. They have amazing floating markets as well, as you can see in this picture right here. Let me turn on my laser pointer. Decided not to work. Okay. Oops. Technology. I wanted the laser pointer to work, and then it just shut itself down. Right. Okay, hopefully you're able to see my screen. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Okay. Anyway, to the floating markets. So this is how it kind of looks like. Right. Yeah, you can buy a lot of things over there, like especially souvenirs and whatnot. It's you'll find everything from like T-shirt, to fridge magnets or something to eat and drink. Coconut ice cream, it's quite popular over there. I kind of really love it there, and all of that. So you'll be able to experience this on these floating markets. It's beautiful. It's amazing. But also, it's just not about flora and fauna. Just the culture by itself. It's a very unique country. I mean, in Thailand, people generally greet each other with like a namaste gesture, but they say why or way. Sometimes they say swadikap, depending on the gender and all of that. I'm sure by the time you come back, you'll know what you're supposed to say in Thai to greet each other. But another interesting thing about their culture is naps. I mean, in Thailand, there is no stigma associated with sleep in public on the job is not always an offense. I mean, not just in Thailand, a lot of the Asian countries, even Japan, for example, for that matter. I mean, they kind of see it as a sign of hard work. They see that, oh my God, this person is working hard. I mean, they're dozing off and all of that. So again, yeah, there's no social stigma, as you can see in this one of these pictures over here, right? Monks over there, they're highly revered and respected in the Thai. Disrespecting a monk is a huge no-no. So you definitely don't want to do that one when you're there, because if you do, I mean, they're also for Muay Thai. So then, yeah, no, they're not going to do that. I'm just saying. But yeah, Muay Thai is also, I mean, it's a traditional martial art of Thailand. It's deeply ingrained in Thai history. It has, I think, seen quite some popularity, even in Hollywood movies and whatnot. I mean, Tony Jaa, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a great Muay Thai specialist. I mean, he's done a few movies and whatnot. He's amazing. And for all of your foodies out there, again, this is going to be one of the greatest destinations possible. I mean, Thai food is just amazing. Pad Thai, mango sticky rice, which is known as khao nu mamong, is actually one of the Thailand's most famous desserts and highlights of any food tour in Bangkok. Classic Thai dessert with some sweet sticky rice, fresh mango slices, and coconut milk. I mean, it's going to be hard to imagine that combination, but once you taste it, I mean, you'll see why it's popular. So definitely recommend everyone to try that out. Thai iced tea is quite popular. So yeah, just try out some local cuisine. You'll love it. But enough of that. I'm just going to jump into the actual itinerary. This is how we have planned it. It's priced at $34.49 per person for every person. And then if you were to be staying by yourself in all of these hotels that we have booked, then there would be a single supplement of $5.99 that you pay on top of $34.49, in which case you're still part of the same group, or you're just by yourself in all of these hotels. But otherwise, $34.49 is per person on double occupancy. Right, and on this trip, it's going to be in and out of Atlanta. We'll be going to Bangkok, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Phuket before bringing you back to Bangkok for your flight back home. Now, if you are wondering what does that price of $34.49 get you, pretty much everything. So this includes your round-trip airfare from Atlanta. It also includes your domestic airfare from Bangkok to Chiang Rai. From Chiang Rai to Chiang Mai, it's going to be a road trip. But from Chiang Mai to Phuket, there's a flight, and then from Phuket to Bangkok, there's another flight. So all of these domestic airfare is included. This includes your 9 nights of accommodation on double occupancy on all of these superior category, like 4-star accommodations and whatnot. It includes your daily buffet breakfast. And my God, these guys have daily buffet. It's beautiful. The breakfast is amazing. You'll find all of these fresh fruits and everything over there. You'll love it. Your arrival and departure transfers is included as well. All of your transportation, the road transportation especially, that's going to be in a comfortable AC deluxe vehicle. So like I said, there is services of English-speaking tour guides on all of the excursions that we have included. Anything which is not included, that would be clearly mentioned. So if you have a day at leisure, for example, where we have left time for everyone to just kind of go around, go shopping, explore the places on their own, that's when obviously you wouldn't have any guide. But for any of the excursions that we have planned, that will be with an English-speaking tour guide. If there was any entrance fees or anything, any of the places that we are going, that is included as well. Any taxes, fuel surcharges, all of that taken care of, not to worry. What's not included is anything of personal nature, like tips and gratuities. Your shopping is not included. You have to budget for it yourself. Baggage. I mean, we are included one check-in baggage. If you wanted to have additional ones, that would be payable. Let us know if you need that. I would recommend not to do it because you want to travel light and leave some space out for bringing back souvenirs and whatnot. And by definition, anything is not included, which is an exclusions, I guess. Okay. So this is how the map is going to look like. We'll be going in and out of Bangkok, right? And then we're going to Chiang Rai first over there, up north, total north. And then from there, we'll be driving to Chiang Mai. From Chiang Mai, we'll be flying to Phuket. From Phuket, we'll be flying back to Bangkok for your flight back home. So you're effectively spending like 2 nights on each of these destinations, except for Bangkok, where you just come back for an additional night for your flight back home. But yeah, no, otherwise you'll be traveling to the length of the country. You see all of the best places over there. Like I said, these are just some of the images that we tend to use. I mean, this is just for demonstration. Like the size of the vehicle may vary just based on how many people are going to be on this trip, but the interior or the luxury of that is going to be pretty similar. I mean, you're looking at AC deluxe vehicles, comfortable coaches, not to worry about that at all. But if I was to talk about how the trip is going to look like, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, day one is going to be fairly bland, I would say. You just basically get yourself to the Atlanta airport. This is not a confirmed flight. This is just tentative. I mean, we literally just finalized this trip fairly recently. So once we start getting bookings and whatnot, we will finalize it. But what we have seen in the past is for these kind of trips, we have taken Turkish Airlines that takes you from Atlanta to Istanbul. And from Istanbul, you go Bangkok. And then you basically use the same route back as well. Bangkok to Istanbul, Istanbul to Atlanta. And then Thailand is about 11 hours ahead of Atlanta. So you may want to set your watches once you are in your flight. But because of that 11-hour flight difference or the time difference, by the time your day two is going to be on the flight on board as well. You're not doing anything. So because of that time difference, by the time you arrive, it's going to be technically day 3. So you kind of lose a day when you're going there, but you gain that back once you are coming back to the US, right? So, but yeah, it looks like you're flying for 2 days. It's not the case, but yeah, it's day 3 when you arrive there. Now, because you might be tired with that long flight, we haven't actually planned anything on this day. Once you arrive, like I said, we'll have someone waiting for you to meet and greet. You will have people, yeah, basically you'll be kind of checked in into the hotel and whatnot. We haven't planned anything. So if you want to just kind of acquaint yourself with the climate and the time zones and just relax and everything, that's your time to do that. If you're not really that tired, you want to go out and explore, you're welcome to do so as well, because the hotel that we have booked for you is very centrally located. It's Rembrandt. It's a four-star hotel. Again, a screenshot from Google, four-star hotel. Close to 11,000 people have reviewed it. It's sitting at 4.5 out of 5. Beautiful, amazing hotel, luxurious amenities and beautiful rooms, centrally located. So if you want to just take a stroll, check out some local restaurants, things like that, you will have plenty of options to be able to do so. If not, you just really don't want to leave the property, they'll have plenty of options to entertain yourself over there as well. They have restaurants, bar, pool, swimming pool, fitness centers, you name it, plenty of things to do. But just let's assure that you have, make sure you have well rested yourself, because on day 4 is when all the fun stuff begins. We have planned and scheduled a Bangkok city tour on this day for you. So as you explore Bangkok's and legendary temples, you'll be basically starting your visit at Wat Trimet, which is a 12-minute drive from the hotel, which is not, it's a home to 5.5-ton golden Buddha, which is nearly about 10-foot tall statue, uncovered beneath the layers of plaster in the 1950s. And from there, you'll go to Wat Pho, which is about 10 minutes drive from there. It's the temple of the reclining Buddha, as you can see in this picture right here. Very iconic. I think you probably have seen it in a lot of movies and whatnot. It's amazing is to be there. This reclining Buddha is about 151 statue with intricate, designs, mother of the pearl inlays on its feet. And then from there, you go to another temple in the Dusit district, which is about 10-15 minutes drive. You'll go to the red and gold tiered roof. It's quite popular out there. Anyway, I think that Bangkok has to offer, more or less, that's going to be covered as a part of this the city tour. And then this is like a half-day city tour, so it's going to run around for like 3 hours. So you have the remainder of the day at leisure. So the second half of the day is for you to explore again. If you wanted to go back to any of these places, or you want to just go shopping or explore things on your own, that's your time for you to be able to do that. But for some of you who doesn't really want to do that, you would rather just schedule something, you have optional tours that you can kind of book for yourself. One of those things is the midnight food exploration by tuk-tuk. So tuk-tuks are like these, 3-wheel auto rickshaws, as they call it. It's like one of those vehicles. It's pretty iconic from, again, you in movies and whatnot. But this is where you get to explore for all foodies out there, this is a trip to be. I mean, it starts about 7:30 in the evening. It lasts until about 11 in night. So that's good 3-4 hours, tour based on, again, this is going to be with a local trade. If you sign up for it, they'll basically meet you at one of the MRT station, which is like a metro station. And then from there, you'll be exploring like a lot of the street food and whatnot. If you're a vegetarian, I mean, honestly, this may not be for you, because, I mean, they eat a lot of interesting things, let's just say. So for vegetarians or vegans, this may not be the one. But if you want to just hop on to this iconic tuk-tuk and just explore the vibrant streets of Bangkok, which is quite, I mean, it has this amazing nightlife, you definitely want to join up. But yeah, you'll definitely be able to try out the best pad thai and some home-style snacks while visiting some historic landmarks and temples along the way. And that's for you. If that's not the case, you're just not about the food, but you want to visit and see the nightlife, or see how the city comes alive in the night, Bangkok by Night is the tour for you in that case. Again, you'll be discovering the vibrant Chinatown for its bustling street food, gold shops. You'll be even going to historic sites like Wat Sutat, which is the giant swing, which is followed by a stroll down one of the biggest avenues, wildly popular for tourists out there. If you're big on nightlife, or you want to go clubbing, They have plenty of clubs out there as well, but that's the one for you. Okay, on day 5, you enjoy a relaxed morning before you get transferred to the airport. The airport is about 20 minutes drive or maybe 30 minutes, depending on the traffic, for your flight to Chiang Rai. Now, the standard checkout time is about 11 in the morning, so you want to make sure that you have checked out by then. The flight itself is not that long. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, give or take. And once you arrive, again, you'll have someone to escort you to the hotel. The hotel, again, is fairly short distance, about 20 minutes or so, give or take. And after your check-in, you take some rest, and then you'll be going on a scenic boat ride on the Mekong River, which is culminating in a visit to the Karen Hill Tribe Elephant Camp, where you learn about the Karen people's cultural traditions and their expertise in elephant care. The village itself is actually home to stilted back with farm animals below, and the women over there were in traditional dresses who kind of really skillfully sew and dye fabrics, kind of their cultural heritage and whatnot. So you'll be embarking on an exciting jungle trek through rice paddies and along the river, and then you want to unwind at your hotel at the end of the day. So this is going to be like a very exciting day. Again, the hotel, like I said, we always make sure they are at least 4-star hotel, very centrally located, and plenty of amenities like restaurants and spa and pool and everything for you to kind of enjoy and relax yourself towards the end of the day. Then on day 6, you'll have a leisurely day at Chiang Rai. You have some time to explore like the city at your own pace. Again, it's a day at leisure, or at least half a day at leisure. You kind of stroll through the vibrant local markets. So if you are planning on buying back some souvenirs and whatnot, this is a great place to be able to do that. You want to relax at the charming cafe, uncover hidden temples, cultural landmarks, and for deeper experience, you can even consider pre-booking like one of the optional tour to the Golden Triangle, where Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar, 3 different countries that kind of converge together. This captivating region kind of really offers breathtaking views, visit to the traditional villages, and insight to its rich and complex history. Now, that optional excursion, this one, the one with the Golden Triangle, visiting the border, is about $175. It should be about an hour or so. I mean, again, it's going to be about a 12-minute drive to get into this boat, and you can go to the northernmost town and the border crossing into Myanmar. If you want to do that, you will be able to do so. And you can even visit like one of the hilltop lookout for stunning views of this Golden Triangle, where all these countries kind of have the confluence at the Mekong and Ruak rivers. You enjoy a traditional lunch, so lunch is included as a part of this package at a local farming village, and then you take a short Mekong River cruise to Dan Sao, which is an island in Laos, to explore its vibrant markets, and return to Thailand. And then one of the visits over there is going to be at the House of Opium Museum, as they call it, where you can get to learn about the history of opium, which dates back hundreds of years. So yeah, I mean, you can actually say that you've been to 3 different countries if you're signing up for one of these trips. So that's quite interesting out there. But that's the end of day 6. On day 7, we'll be going on a scenic drive from Chiang Mai, from Chiang Rai to Chiang Mai, stopping en route at the Wat Rong Khun, which is in English they'll be calling it as the White Temple. For I don't know why it's very white, so it's called the White Temple. But it's about 17 minutes drive away from the hotel that we have booked. I mean, this was built in the 1990s. The striking all-white temple is adorned by mirror details and is regarded as one of the Thailand's most beautiful temples for obvious reasons. I mean, look at this. Right, and then again, you'll have a few stopovers along the way and whatnot, but you'll be making your way to Chiang Mai. Overall, it's about 4 hours drive, give or take. Passing through some picturesque mountains and vibrant jungle scenery. So this kind of gives you an insight and look at the, not the city side of the country, but the countryside of it, right? And then again, once you have checked into the hotel, we haven't planned anything on this day because you may be tired. So you can enjoy the rest of the day at leisure, explore the surroundings, or check out some local restaurants. Same as before, the hotel is going to be fairly, again, four-star hotel, centrally located, lots of amenities. You'll love these hotels. On day 8, we have planned your city tour, guided city tour as a part of the package. On this morning tour, after you have completed your breakfast, we'll be going to one of the most revered temples of Chiang Mai. This is built in the 14th century. It's called Wat Phra Seng, which is in English, it would translate to Temple of the Lion Lord. And once the religious center of the Lana Kingdom, which kind of home to the sacred 15,000-year-old Buddha image, which is sitting right there. It's rich in diverse cultural and architectural styles. Then we'll be going to the majestic 196-foot temple, notable for once housing the revered Emerald Buddha. And then from there, you'll be going about 45 minutes drive away to a temple that sits atop Doi Poi Mountain, which is accessible by the Naga-lined stairs of funicular ride. And then you'll be discovering the 16th century gold-covered chedai that takes on the sweeping views of Chiang Mai. And before we'll be dropping you back at the airport. Now on day 9, after your breakfast, we'll be transferring you to the hotel, and then you'll be flying to Phuket. Again, fairly short flight, about 2 hours or so. And then upon arrival, you'll be transferred into the hotel. The hotel itself is not very close to the airport. I mean, again, the airport is kind of very much on the outskirts of it, but then you wanted to stay very close to the island. So the drive from the airport to the Phuket hotel is about an hour or so, depending on the traffic. And again, for that reason, we haven't actually planned any excursions on this day, but you may want to just sit and relax on this resort, on this hotel. Go to the beach and whatnot, because if you look at it, the location is just amazing. It's a resort, 4-star, plenty of pools, amazing rooms, plenty of amenities, spa, just go to the beach. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I was getting a call. Okay, so yeah, beautiful resort. From there, you want to go to. They will not stop calling me. Apparently, I'm quite popular. Okay. All right. So on day 9, again, if you don't want to just kind of be on your own, you would really prefer to have something kind of scheduled, then you have this Phuket Fantasy show, including dinner, that you can sign up for. And this is in the evening. So this, you'll be basically picked up from your resort at about 6:30 in the evening. You'll be coming back about 10:30 or 11 at night. This Phuket Fantasy show is a Las Vegas style show that kind of brings the Thai history to life through dazzling performances, some traditional dancing, music, some stunning special effects and whatnot. And this immersive experience kind of really celebrates the country's rich heritage and offers an unforgettable night of entertainment with some amazing food. So if you're really looking at some really nice food and it's just looking at culture and the heritage of Thailand, this is one of the excursions that you want to sign up for. If not, you can also go for explore hidden Phuket with dinner. So dinner is included as optional excursion. Again, it's going to be a little bit earlier than the other one. This is where you get picked up at about 3:30 in the afternoon, back at about 8 or 8:30 in the evening. It's a private tour, again, with an English-speaking tour guide. You'll be able to see the old town, which is rich in like Sino-Portuguese architecture and cultural heritage that you'll see. Some of the colonial mansions and ornate buildings from the tin mining era. Again, it's a good walking tour to see some of the charming streets and some vibrant eateries and showcase the town's unique architectural beauty. So if you're into those kind of things, then this is definitely one of the excursions for you. On day 10, again, you have the day at leisure. I mean, Phuket is supposed to be like one of those islands where you just kind of go relax at the beach, get into some sort of water sports. I mean, if you want to go jet ski, do the banana boat ride and all of that. So effectively, we haven't actually planned a lot of the excursions on these days or you can sign up for any of the optional excursions. Otherwise, it is at leisure for you to explore on your own. So one of the optional excursions that you could sign up for is the Cossack Jungle Discovery, which is like a hiking and canoeing trip. So if you're physically fit and you would like to do something more physical, and we want to explore the jungle of Thailand and whatnot, this is one of the optional excursions for you for sure. It's going to start off very early in the morning. You basically get picked up at about 7 in the morning from your hotel. So you want to have an early breakfast, right? And you'll be joining some of the other travelers as well who might have signed up for this trip. So this is like a full day tour. I mean, you want to be, if you're signing up for this, you're not going to be able to do anything else on this day. It's a full day trip. You go to the Cossack National Park. With the guided jungle hike through the lush landscapes, you'll be able to discover the unique flora and fauna and reach a refreshing stream. You'll probably be able to see a lot of, wild monkeys and langurs and reptiles through your jungle hike, and then probably enjoy a peaceful canoe or bamboo rafting trip along the scenic Sok River. And the viewpoint for the stunning forest views and explore the temple. It's beautiful. Again, if you're into nature and you don't mind hiking for a bit and you're fit that way, you wouldn't mind that, then this is definitely one of the trips for you. Otherwise, if you want to just be by the beach and explore this Thailand's beautiful beaches out there, you could also sign up for the Coral Island by speedboat, which is like a little tiny drop off an island just off the coast of Phuket. Again, this is going to be fairly long tour. Almost you can say a full day tour, but not quite. I mean, you get picked up at about 8 in the morning. You get dropped off about 4 in the afternoon. Again, you might be joining a lot of the other tours or people who might have signed up for this Coral Island tour, which is, again, you go on this island. It's about 15 minutes. It's not that far off. But it's a very tranquil, car-free paradise known for its white sand beaches and excellent snorkeling. So if you're into that and you're looking forward to it, this is definitely the one for you. You can even enjoy some optional activities like scuba diving or parasailing, like I said, banana boat rides. Or again, you don't even have to do all of that. You can just sit by the beach on this white sand and blue water and just soak the nature in, and it's still going to be very relaxing. Perfect. So again, whatever you want to do, you want to do it on that day, because on day 11, once you have had your breakfast, we'll be transferring you to the airport. Again, the ride from the hotel to the airport, probably about an hour and a half, depending on the traffic. And then you'll be taking your flight to Bangkok. And once you arrive there, again, you will be picked up at the airport. We'll take you back to the hotel. And then again, we haven't planned anything on this day. So if you have this last minute shopping you want to do, you can do that. Or again, you don't want to be left alone. You want to sign up for one of the optional tours. You can do that. You can go on the half-day Grand Palace tour. Fairly inexpensive. It's about $50 to $55, I would say. The Grand Palace, which was the former residence of Thai royalty and the government. It really showcases like some stunning Thai architecture with vibrant colors and European touches. And on the ground, it lies the Wat Phra Krieu, which is the Thailand's most sacred Buddhist temple built in 1785. And unlike all of the other temples, this has no monk quarters, and it consists solely of elaborately decorated religious structures. And the Grand Palace has a complex which also features like impressive halls like Funeral Palace and Coronation Hall, and it's quite admired for its exteriors and whatnot. So definitely, if you want to explore the culture of it. But yeah, you want to do all the last minute shopping and be done and ready with your packed bags, because on day 12, again, after your breakfast, we'll be dropping you back at the Bangkok airport for your flight back home. Now, I have mentioned shopping a few times, so if you're not really sure what to buy from there to bring back, I mean, there are quite a few things which are quite popular and iconic for Thailand. Thai silk is quite popular, so you may want to consider that. Silverware, you could do that. Chiang Mai, actually, I mean, if you're planning on buying some silverware, you want to do that in Chiang Mai because that's where they kind of do that a lot, as opposed to, let's say, Bangkok, for example, right? Again, Thailand is all about spa and relaxation and massages and all of that. So if you want to buy some spa products, you'll be able to do that as well. And for that, I think I would recommend buying that from either Bangkok or Phuket. That's where they have a lot of those things. You can buy those tuk-tuks and taxi sign souvenirs or like fridge magnets. Obviously, once you have tasted the food there, you probably fall in love with it, right? A lot of that is originating from spices and curry pastes and whatnot. So if you want to buy and bring back some spices, you can probably do that as well. The Thai currency, it's called baht. It's fairly cheap. I mean, $1 is going to get you about just under 33 Thai baht. So yeah, pretty good. But I mean, look, I would not recommend you to have a lot of the local currency. I mean, if you are in Phuket and Bangkok, a lot of places will be places where you could use your credit cards. If you're planning on buying a lot of things from local markets, like floating markets, for example, and whatnot, that's when you need the local currency. So again, don't have too much on hand. A lot of the places will have ATMs, so just check with the tour guide, and he or she would be more than happy to address you and guide you as to where you can, withdraw it from the local ATM and whatnot. But yeah, otherwise you don't need a lot of cash. But yeah, I mean, for tipping, I guess, I mean, they'll probably appreciate in local currency. But I'm sure if you give them US dollars, they're not going to say no to that. But yeah, you could use your credit card as much as you can, but you'll be able to kind of withdraw cash from local ATMs and whatnot. Now, if you're trying to budget yourself, in terms of the meal costs and whatnot, it's fairly cheap, I would say. Like local street food, you'll probably pay like $1 or $2. Mid-range restaurants, you're looking at about $10-$20 per meal. Upscale restaurants, $100-$200. For budget travelers, I mean, $30-$50, you can actually have a decent meal. And if you want to go to some really fancy restaurants, maybe once or twice during the trip, you may want to account for that as well. A McDonald's meal is going to be like somewhere between $2 to $4, so fairly inexpensive country, I would say, for sure. Now, passport and visa, you don't actually have to worry about any of those things. I mean, assuming that you have a US or even a Canadian passport for that matter, you don't have to apply for a visa. It's not required. Just make sure that you have your passport valid for at least 6 months from the date of your return. There's no health concerns. They generally speak Thai, but your local tour guide and a driver and everything, they'll be able to communicate with you in English. So they'll be fine. The electrical sockets over there kind of looks like this. Type A, B, or C is what it would work on. I would say just maybe grab one of those international adapters. That would really alleviate the chances of you having to worry about this. You can easily buy that on Amazon or Best Buy. I think it's a good investment. I've had one for about 7 or 8 years, and that really that takes off that worry of me having to think about what these sockets are going to look like in whichever country I'm going to. Luggage, I've already touched on this. We will be including one check-in baggage. Additional baggage would be chargeable. Now, tipping over there, it's not mandatory, but it's appreciated. Like, I mean, especially in tourist-centric areas and, upscale places. I mean, it's a sign of good service. I mean, if you like the services, you may want to tip them a little bit. Maybe have a look at the invoice or the receipt that you receive on at the restaurants. If they have already included it, you don't have to tip them again unless you want to. But if they haven't, then you can round up the bill or pay like 10-15% tip on top of that. I think they'll probably appreciate it, but it's up to you. You can decide it at the time, depending on how much you like the services. Now, the weather in September is going to be excellent. I mean, depending on your definition, I guess. But, you're looking at a high of 90 and a low of 77 with an average daytime temperature of about 83 degrees. So it's fairly pleasant. I mean, as for me anyway, lots of sunshine and whatnot. So, shorts, some floral dresses, swimsuits, bathing suits, all of that. Sunglasses, don't forget that, some sunscreen, all of that. So just keep it handy, some flip-flops. Yeah, there could be some rainfall as well, so please account for that as well. You may want to keep a rain card just handy, just in case. But yeah, more or less, that kind of brings me to the end of the presentation. Now, before I open up the floor for Q&A, I'm going to showcase how you'll be able to register yourself. I'm going to bring this slide back. So if you have any questions later on, you can reach out to me. You can perhaps reach out to Stephanie as well. But it would be best if you reach out to my colleague. His name is Anoop. He's the tour coordinator, so he would be happy to address any and all questions that you have later on. It's just faster if you reach out to him directly. He actually handles all of the logistical and the administrative aspects of this trip. So I'm going to bring this slide back for you in case you wanted to note down his contact details. But before I do, I'm going to quickly showcase how you'll be able to register yourself onto this trip. So give me 2 seconds here. So everybody should have the web link. If you don't have it, we will be able to share that with you. So if you don't have it, just let me know. But yeah, this is how it's supposed to look like. You know, if you scroll down, you'll have a lot of pictures. If you want to explore, you can do that. If you scroll further down, you'll have an overview about the trip, all the inclusions, exclusions. You see this panel on the left-hand side. If you click on itinerary, expand all, you'll be able to see a detailed description of how each and every day is going to look like. If I click on accommodation on this panel, it'll give you a list of all the hotels that we are booking for you and a lot more pictures about each of those individual hotels. You know, all of that. Now, if I go on price and dates, just make sure that you have US dollars selected. Like I said, we do actually cater to Canadian clients as well as the US. So we want them to be able to pay in local currency without having to worry about the exchange rates. So just make sure you have selected US dollars. It should say 34.49. And then have a look at this. And if once you're good and ready, you can just click on book now. Give it a few seconds. Right. Now, you don't have to register everyone individually. Let's say you're a family and you're all traveling together. You can register up to 9 adults at a time on the same ID at the same time. If you have any kids between 2 and 11, you want to add them here. And then you want to put down your email address. For now, by default, I'll just leave it as 1. Your flights are included. If you want to add on that single supplement, if you're traveling solo, then you want to do that here. If you have already made up your mind as to what optional tour you want to add on, you can do this here, or you can do that later. So don't let this stop you. I mean, you can always make up your mind, do more research as to what would interest you more, and then always add on optional tours at a later stage as well. But don't let this stop you from registering for the trip, because we have limited spaces. So you want to just at least make the initial deposit of $500 and reserve your spot. And the rest of the payment and the decision making can be done later on as well. So yep, just leave it as no thanks for the travel club. Promo codes and everything doesn't apply to us. So you click on reserve now. And the next page that this takes you to is very crucial. Please, please, please make sure all of the details are matching exactly as per the passport, because these are the details that we use for issuing your flight tickets, making your reservations, and all of those things. Should there be any spelling mistakes or any errors or anything, that's on you. I mean, that will probably create issues for you. Like, I mean, if you go Jen, your name is Jennifer, we issue the tickets by Jen, and then what if they don't allow you to board the flight because your passport says Jennifer and the ticket says Jen, and you know, now you're in a problem. So you don't want to be there. So just make sure everything matches exactly as per the passport. But once you have filled up the details, you click on next. It'll take you to the payment page. You can add on insurance if you want to. Highly recommended. And then you can make payments with your credit card, debit card, bank transfer, PayPal, GPay, you know, you name it, everything. But yeah, so the registration process is fairly straightforward. I would recommend everyone to kind of register ASAP. Again, just limited spaces. So you want to at least reserve your spot, and you know, you can take care of the rest of the things later on. Okay, I think that effectively brings me to the end of the presentation. I'm going to answer questions if you have typed it down. I'm going to bring back that slide with my colleagues, the contact details. There you go. Right, so feel free to note down the email addresses and phone numbers. But yeah, if you have any questions, fire it up. I'm going to also unmute Stephanie, just in case if you have any questions that people perhaps asked you that's not been covered. I'm happy to answer that. But let me go through this. Right, I've got a comment here from someone who said they had to leave, something came up. Please send the link so you can watch this later. Perfect, I will definitely do that. I mean, I don't have to manually do it. The system will send you the recording of this session in about 15, 20 minutes after the end of the webinar. So yes, you'll be definitely be able to do that. Perfect, so I'm not seeing any questions. I guess I have covered pretty much everything that people maybe wanted to ask. If that's the case, I think that would be the end of it. Stephanie, do you have any questions from your end?
How much is the travel insurance? Will you talk about that for just a moment?
So travel insurance, I don't have an exact number because it's not going to be the same for everybody, right? So when you fill out the details, like I said, as per the passport and whatnot, it will take you to the travel insurance page and you can add it on, and they'll ask you like what sort of coverage you're looking for. Let's say if you're looking for like a third party, let's say $1 million or something, that's going to be cheaper as opposed to when you're getting insured for, let's say, 3 million or something like that, right? They will probably also ask you for your age and if you have any medical history or issues and whatnot. And then all of these factors would be combined in together before they give you like your customized premium. And again, you don't have to sign up. You can just kind of explore, just kind of go in, fill in all these details, see what they're giving you. And again, if you want to just explore other places just for insurance, feel free to do that. Like I personally just use my credit card. I know the kind of card that I have, if I pay, for the trip with my credit card, like my insurance is included, like trip insurance, trip interruption insurance, baggage delays, things like that. So you may want to check with your bank or your insurance provider. But yeah, that would not be the same premium for everyone. It would be subjective to the conditions, I guess.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries. Okay, there is a couple of questions. There's one which says, what happens concerning canceling? So if you cancel, I mean, again, let's say if you are canceling, let's say you break a leg and whatnot, number one, you can either claim that in insurance, assuming that you have taken it. If not, and as long as you cancel, like let's say 120 days before the due date, we will be able to refund you the money. So as you can see on the slide here, this little top right corner, which says due date is May 15th of 2026. So we have plenty of time. So yeah, if you're canceling before that, we will be able to issue you refunds. But anything after that, we will not be in a position to issue refunds because we would have already processed the payment and we would have passed it along to, clients or the hotels and whatnot. So in that case, insurance is your only rescue. So please make sure you have insurance, but you can cancel it before May 16th and you'll get a full refund if you wanted to. So that's fine. Right. There's another question. What is the due date to purchase the insurance? Again, from what I understand is like a lot of the travel insurance companies, they have their own policies. Some people prefer, or some companies, they prefer for you to kind of add on insurance on the same day that you have registered yourself. And some insurance companies, they're okay to add on insurance as long as you haven't departed for the trip. So as far as the company that we have partnered up with is concerned, from what I know, you will have to add on insurance when you're registering for it. I'm not sure if they would allow you to add on insurance after you have registered, as far as the web link is concerned. But for other providers, I can't speak for them. I'm not sure. Some of them may allow you to just add on after you have registered, as long as you have not departed. It really depends. But if you want more information, I'll probably just look it up and I'll probably share the link with you, right? So I think they'll have their terms and conditions, and they'll probably have a lot more detailed explanation on that. So I do see your name here. I've got your email address and whatnot. So I'll get it sent across.
If you'll send that to me, I'll send it out to everyone that was included in here.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
And let me clarify, the $500 deposit can be refunded, or that's a non-refundable deposit? I just wanted to make sure.
It is refundable as long as it's you're canceling, let's say before May 16th, was it? Yeah, May 15th,
Okay.
sorry. Yes,
Okay.
that can be refunded. But I think after May 15th, that is not refundable. That is definitely not refundable. So you want to make up your mind before that, or have insurance. I think that's always a good fallback option.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Awesome. All right. Unless you're typing any questions, I'll give it a few more seconds. Otherwise, I don't see any new questions over here. So in that case, I really, once again, want to thank everyone for taking the time this afternoon to attend this session. Hopefully, you're coming back, for another of the group trips with the chamber. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. But I really, really hope to see you on this trip. It's going to be amazing, legendary trip. It's going to be great. It's very unique. It's very cultural. Like I said, Thailand, I've been there so many times. It's one of my favorite destinations. It's beautiful. You'll love it. There's a lot of value for money there. I mean, the hotels and the breakfast and, all of that. Even things that you will shop around or things that you end up paying for, let's say, any experiences, speed boating, whatever, you name it. It's beautiful. You'll love it. Okay, no more questions. Okay, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Stephanie, for arranging this. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.